Hello everybody. This video is going to be a probably a 2 or 3 part series because somebody in the Discord asked me to do a showcase of all of the Arabic and Turkic equipment within the mod. So all of this on the left here, this is all of the clothing and armor in the mod that we're going to showcase. This equipment you see here, this is your basic starting equipment. If you play as the Ayyubids, this is what you start with. And we're going to go from top to bottom, from the most expensive to the least expensive. It's not necessarily the most armored to the least armored. We're going to start here with this Joshan, or Yoshan, over Seljuk Yalma. And as you can see, and I want people to take notice of this because I don't think people do well enough in mods. I want people to take notice of just the detail that goes into these things. The sheer amount of detail that has gone into every asset in this mod and into making these things look as good as they do is something that is just fantastic. Here we have the Kazakand, or Jazarand, whatever you want to call it, that's worn by Saladin, or Salahuddin ibn Ayyubi, in the mod. And it is not based off of an archaeological find, but it is done using sort of educated understandings of the armor that was worn. So his coat is made of rhinoceros leather. The red dye is to sort of accentuate his wealth, as well as the gold on the bottom, and the gold etchings, the buttons, and the linings. You'll see his helmet later on. I'll point that out because it's not named. Here we have one of a series of other pieces of Kazakand. Again, I'm just going to remove the shield so we can see things a bit better. Again, absolutely lovely. Another example here. We have a really nice terraz on the arms here, as well as the belts. Really nice belts. The next version is virtually the same. Then we have a yellow variant here with a really nice sort of, what pattern is that? I'm not sure on that pattern, but a really lovely pattern. And then we have another that's basically identical, but it has this sort of sling around it. Next we have this Joshan that is a nice sort of red and bronze color with the red underneath. It's probably one of my favorites, this one. Next we have this really sort of deep turquoise variant. And finally a sort of bluish white variant here, or grayish perhaps. Oops. Okay. I personally like the ones where you get quite a lot of color on them. Like this next one's one of my favorites. So this one actually has Arabic script, or perhaps Persian script written on it, alongside the textile. Made from multiple layers of hide sewn together and then boiled to harden. And it's extremely lightweight, making it ideal for layering with mail. Yes, really nice armor piece here. We have another one here. similar, but we don't have the mail over the legs. It's mainly just the body piece. Those are both sort of mirrored. Then we have a decorative caftan over a deer. You can see the mail just sort of poking out of the arms there. So one of the misconceptions with Arabic armor is that they didn't wear armor, and that's often because, particularly with the Ayyubids and other regions at the time, they often wore their armor underneath coats, like we see here with the silk kaftans being worn over the mail itself, same with the kazakand. So often in manuscriptural depictions you will see what appears to be basically no armor, but they're often wearing it underneath their silk or textile garments. There's a sort of pink one there. And this deep red and gold one. Then we have regular, just full sort of mail with these sort of tunic skirts. Same here. Then we have a more, a simpler one here that still has really nice patterning. The next one with some birds. Then we have a green silk one with some nice edge patterning. Back to the some of the best armor in the game. I think this is sort of the best. Body armor rating of 80, leg of 40, arm of 46. These are some of the best. So you have the lamellar over the top of the kazakand, which will have mail on the inside of it. So here's sort of brownish orange one. One of my favorites here, green one. Another pink one. I do also like how you can see the individual straps. It's not just, oh, here's, you know, metal armor around the body. You can see the straps. You can see how it's sort of put on and kept in place. We have an orange one like came before, but we just have this sort of bronze or gilded armor plating here. And we have one that's sort of like a very nice sort of white, blue, and red one with, I believe, I don't know what symbol this is. If anyone knows what this animal is depicting, let me know. Or what it's, whether it's some sort of deity. I'd be interested if anyone actually knows what that is. On to the next one. Again, sort of a pink. Pink seems to be quite a popular color. Then we have another yellow one. And we have another one with that same sort of design, with the red and the blue over the white. Then we get into slightly less quality armor. This is a kaftan over a deer, but then we have the jawshan over the top of that as well. So we've got mail, silk, and the lamellar. with a nice turquoise color. A yellow variant of the same armor, Kaftan over deer. Another one here that has a lovely blue color with some sort of perhaps silver or white accents. We have one that has slightly better body armor here. And a sort of bronze and silver patterning. Bronze and tin perhaps, with a very striking silver eagle motif going on. Eagle and floral motif. Next, Kaftan over deer, again with this sort of textile. This is a Seljuk kaftan. Another one with a similar design from before, but with a textile instead of the metal lamellar. Another one with the lovely lettering over it. Let's see if we can get a better view of that. There we go. Right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Next, another kaftan over deer. Then we have some that are more sort of European adjacent with a circlet over the mail. It's more of a Middle Eastern style circlet, not really a European style. Another variant that's sort of yellow and brownish. Eagle motifs. Sorry, that's not an eagle. That is... looks like an elephant to me. Hard to say, but really nice detail here. Another one with gold and blue. With eagles. This is very much a Seljuk design. Show the back as well. Really nice. Next, a lever Joshan over deer. So it is nice to see that there is lever armor that is used historically, but it's not in the way that medieval fantasy likes to say that it is. Like, oh, all the armor is lever. Lever is usually sort of a component that's either used by really poor people, or it is used to supplement existing armor pieces like we see here with the lever Joshan. Instead of this being metal, it's all made of hardened lever. Despite this one being called a lever Joshan, there's clearly not. We have some gilded mail on the bottoms, well, some nice accenting on the tunic, deep green with some turquoise or dark blue. Another one with a similar design, but with some bronze and I don't know what color we class this as, sort of maybe tin color, perhaps. Show the back as well. Then we've got another Joshan. Here this one has what appears to be eagles. Or is this perhaps again? No, it is the elephants again. Okay. On the tunic on the bottom. Which is really, really lovely. The next one is another leopard variant. With gilded mail again. This one's a slightly different construction. You don't have the straps at the back, but rather they're strapped at the side instead. It's the same with this one. You have an orange tunic underneath. This one again is strapped to the back. Regular sort of metal. Orange tunic. Next one. This one's probably one of my favorites, just for the color. The amount of color and amount of stuff going on here is really nice. The green and the sort of orange with the script up top is just a really nice touch. I love how the red sort of pops from underneath. It's just really quite nice. We have another one with script. This one's sort of a brown motif with more script right there. I will give you a better view of that. There you go. In this one we just have a full-on male hauberk of sorts. We don't have mittens though. So to my understanding, the Seljuks and the Ayyubis, they didn't bother with mittens. I don't know why, but they just didn't. I assume it's because a lot of them were archers, and it's not really easy to use a bow if you've got male mittens on, or mittens in general. And we have one that has sort of apron over it. This one I'm not the biggest fan of. It's nice to see a sort of differing details to these things, but I consider this to be quite ugly, all things considered. The next one looks quite a bit nicer, even if its stats are worse. This is a camise. You have some lovely gold etching with the terraz and with the around the collar and the neck as well. And then we get on to helmets. I probably should have put something on him. Left that on, but oops. Let me see if I can't go down here. Here we go. So we put the Yalma on. Quite a bit weaker. Lever. There's no mail under this, so it is quite a lot weaker than a lot of our other armors. Here we have a the typical sort of dabis or hood. We have a migfar, which is the mail covering, and there are quite a few variants of these helmets. Here's a red one. Here's a plain one, but we have a I don't know what the neck covering is called. I know there's a name for it. It just escaped me at the moment. Here we have another one. This one actually has script at the back. I understand that Arabic script is actually read right to left, not left to right, so if any of you are able to translate this, let me know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not. Next helmet. This is another typical design found a lot through manuscripts. It's a very nice design. I just like the colors and the way the helmet's designed. It looks very nice. It's very aesthetically appealing to me. I like these kinds of helmets. There's a blue and white one. You get up close, you can really see the details here. Just the amount of the scratches, the paint. It's really quite nice. Next helmet, we have more script on this one. This one has a migfar, some nice bronze gilding with some etching as well. Evidently, someone quite wealthy would wear this. Have more script on the back, really nicely done. Next helmet. Another hood. This one has more script. Have some flowers, some daisies, plume, more script on the back. I believe it's similar as to the last helmet, the script. I could be wrong. A red helmet now, with some yellow script. Next. This one's a bit plain. There's no paint on the metal. And we just have a leather covering here. This one's not really one I like that much. Next, I like this one just because the design is quite a bit different from the others. We don't have the neck covering. It just looks quite a bit different from the others I've seen. Next one is this one. We have no face covering here. We just have an open face. We've also got no script on the back. Next. Another red one, though I believe I've already covered that. Then we have male mittens, so the differences here are seen in the lacings at the back. Here they're done quite tightly together. Then we have another variant, but the lacing is lighter in coloration. And then we have a third one, though it seems to be about the same. Another Beta with Migfa. Well, a Beta in general. This one has like a sort of nasal guard, almost European in fashion, but really nice gilding going on there. It's quite nice indeed. Then we have a one which just has a leather neck guard. Almost looks like some sort of animal, like a jaguar or a leopard. It's really nice though. Another nasal helmet. Well, helmet with a nasal guard. It's not really a nasal helmet. Another hood. This one is similar to the one we had before, but it lacks the... or maybe we already covered this one. I don't remember. But it is very nice. I do believe we already covered these, unless my brain is just addled. Okay, yeah, we have already covered these. Whoopsies. Then we have male chausses that are slightly worse than the ones we have now. You'll see the differences here is they don't fully cover the back of the leg. They have more lacing and less overall mail. So these aren't as nice, at least in terms of protection. Then we have another Kazakhand. We have a Beta with Lev Aventail and some mail as well. A nice sort of silk bandana, I suppose, for wrapping around the helmet. Another helmet. This one does not have any script, but it has some gilded metal on the back, which is a lovely touch. Next up is just an open face Badar with, well, it's not Badar necessarily, but it's a segmented sort of nasal helm. Next we have a heavy deer. Whoops. Get rid of that. Pull that up. There we go. This one we have has a gilded covering. This one too. I believe I may have already covered these as well. I'm not sure. Next one. I definitely feel as though I have covered these. Here's another. We're getting into sort of poorer quality arms and armor now. Here's one that has a nice sort of textile pattern for the tunic. And another that has sort of a darker looking mail. Some more Joshan over Yelma. So this isn't Kazakhstan, this is just a, I imagine, some sort of thick tunic. But identical. Jazera Kuyak. We have some script on the shoulders there. It's a bit too far for me to be able to read it, but maybe one of you eagle-eyed viewers can read some of it. Next we have another cream variant of the Joshan. We have Kaftan over Deer. This is another armor that I quite like. I just like the sort of composition of this armor style. Yellow and red here. Green and sort of faded white. Blue and that same faded white. Back to the white again. Then we have Kazakhstan again over a kaftan instead of over mail. So we'll have some protection, but not as much as we did with the other variants of Kazakhstan from before. You can also see here this is not necessarily made of silk. It has elements of silk with some of the lining, but this is not clearly owned by somebody who is not as wealthy as some of the other variants we have seen. There's a blue variant. And we have the Yelma over Deer. These are slightly worse, as you can see. But they are very long and are really pretty as well, as far as I'm concerned. I really like these. And we have the second variant, which is sort of a pinkish color. A lot of silk. Yellow variant. Next we have this nice orange. This one's one of my favorites just because I love turquoise. I love blue. And blues and greens go really well, I think. And reds. Blues, greens, and reds tend to go really well with, on Arabic armors, and this is no exception. Excuse me. Next one. And we have a Yalma over deer. Followed by another. This one is decidedly more fanciful. Quite nice indeed. Whereas this next one is quite plain. Another fanciful variant here. And then one of my personal favorites, this one. And finally another red one. Then we have more helmets. Now this is a fabric cap over a Baydar with a mail coif. You can actually see, if you look close enough, you can see the helmet underneath the cap. Look at that. That's really nice attention to detail right there. A decorated Baydar here with a nice male lab and tail. Then we have a Phrygian style hood helmet. This is a really nice helmet. I love the sort of flanged design here of the neck guard. Next, one that is basically the same, but it has a fully gilded neck guard. Next, just a more plain gilded Baydar. Another one with no gilding. One that has a full Migfar, so male face protection. Then we have this one. This one I really like because it combines the Phrygian style helmet with the sort of flange design, and we have the neck protection with the script on the back here, which I'm just in red and I just really like that. Really quite neat. Then we have a segmented nasal helmet here that's much plainer. And then we have a fabric helmet. This one I just really like because I like the sort of triangular design. It's a really unique sort of helmet that I had no idea existed until I got involved with this modification, and it's just really nice. There's no other word for it. Here we have another one with a sort of animal-like leather neck guard with Phrygian helmet. I believe I'm covering helmets I've already covered. I recognize this one at least. Alright. Fabric cap over a Baydar. This one's green. Really lovely. Red one here. Also really lovely. Another green one with a Migfar. Let's get a closer look at that one. This one has some sort of pattern on it. Ah, more script. I believe that's the same helmet, just with a gilded design to it. This helmet here, this is the helmet that belongs to Salahuddin in the mod. We have a nice sort of peacock plume, then golden script here along the entire circumference of the helmet, and then with the neck guard at the back. It's really quite nice. Next is a helmet with a turban. Another one that's white and red that has some script on it. I believe this is Turkic, not Arabic, given the script looks entirely different. Another helmet has a nice plume. Instead of a full mikfar, we have a sort of nasal guard here. I believe I already showed this helmet. It looks kind of familiar. Put that back. This one. I believe I've already shown this one as well. Then we have a kalansua, which is a sort of silk headdress. Very nice look, but not the most protective. As you can see, it only gives 68 protection. We have an amulet. Whoops, not there. There. So, zooming in on the amulets is a bit of a pain. It doesn't really allow you to look at them properly, which is quite a bit of a pain. But it is what it is. Kind of annoying. I'll keep it on for now. Persian conical design. Another Muslim amulet here. Another Baydar with Aventail. This one has a nice little feather sticking out of it. This is the first time I've seen this helmet. It's very, very fancy. Multiple feathers, not just a feather. Another Baydar here. With a gilded lining. A lot simpler helmets are coming along now, in design, and perhaps in decor as well. We have one with a sort of ridged gilding on the separation between the helmet and the mail. Another here, but we have a gilded top here. And back to the Joshan, over Yalma. This is just leather over a kaftan, or Yalma. Not the most protective. Here's one that has a yellow Joshan. I don't know if I've already showed this, because there's a lot to go through. So we might be here for a while, guys. Next one. Sort of a darker brown tunic. Blue with a nice sort of yellow leather. More helmets. Another Phrygian style design. believe we've already had these helmets. Yes, we have. Red. And the orange and black, and then the, yeah. I think we've had these. I'll show them again, just quickly. More amulets. There's a gold amulet there. Another nice gold one. This one's in silver. Another Badar with a head wrapping. This one's rather plain. We are back to the metal Joshan, which is nice. Then we have a light deer here. This one's quite a lot weaker than the other variants. Ooh, I've not seen this one before. A really nice sort of dotted pattern. I don't know whether to call this Sintamani or not. I don't think so, because Sintamani is usually a free dot pattern. Though you can get it in Arabic style as well as European, so it made me curious. Then we have a Badar with a fabric neck guard. This one's a nice red silk one. I've not seen this helmet before. Not the most aesthetically pleasing design, but it is nice either way. A similar design with the helmet, though it's a lot less silk. Another design with more silk, a different pattern this time. Look at that. Look at the amount of detail. And this is just a really, it's a really weak helmet. It's not necessarily going to be one that you're going to wear unless you just like it for style points. Because it only has 52 head protection. And these ones have up to, these ones are already 60. Then I believe this is one of the, yep. These are the clothing, so I'm going to do these last. As we get through the helmets. We have a hood. This one has no mail protection, it's just the helmet itself. I'm going to go down here. Same with this one. I believe we've already seen these helmet designs, we just haven't seen a variant that doesn't have the mail. There's gilded red one here. Another amulet. Another gold amulet. Very simple Badar here, with just a chin strap. And then we have a Mikfar with a turban. It's only 37 head protection. Have a silk wrapping around it. Another bait arm with a small ab and tail. And a lever bait arm with a MIG-4 and a wrapping as well. Alright. Now onto the Juba, which is not even male, we just have a textile protection now. As you can see, a body rating of only 45. Multiple colors of this. There's red variant here. Really? We even have sort of ripped. We have rips on it. That's really nice. Really lovely detail. So these armors I haven't necessarily seen because you start with a certain level of protection much higher than this. You already start with male armor at the start. It's very weak male armor in comparison, but it is, you still start with male. And there's red Jupa here. Darker blue. I prefer the lighter blues, to be fair. At least when it comes to the Arabic individuals. Whoops, didn't mean to completely take that off. Well, that's okay. We have another lever Badar here. We'll just take off that helmet. Put that one on. This is just a lever helmet itself. There's nothing underneath it. So this is just a lever helmet, not a full metal one with a MIG-4. Getting into quite weak helmets now. Then we have the instead of the male, we have regular boots. Those cuff boots, I imagine. It's probably not how you pronounce them. Here's a brown variant with, I believe, some script on them, but I can't make it out. It's too dark. And finally, a red variant. 3 other helmet types. Badar with that sort of animal printing and the silk wrapping. Another Badar here, slightly gilded. And another one, much simpler, with the same sort of leather neck guard. I don't imagine it will do much for you in the ways of protection, but it's there. Then we have Bedouin's Kaftan here. Very simple armor. This is bottom of the barrel, really. 22 body armor is not going to do much for you. These are all luxury garments, so we're going to keep an eye on them. And we have more cuff boots. red ones. Blue ones. Very nice leather bait art here with some nice painting going on. Another one with a much more faded design. Clearly this one's got an old helmet. Put on the Musa boots. Very simple protection here. Leave all of those. Put a sort of markation there to show where all the luxury clothing is, and we'll do the clothing separately from the armor. Another leather badar here. Yellow, some lovely red sort of patterning accents here. Migfar with a helmet. I believe the helmet is underneath. No, it's at the very top. A slight bit of metal at the top, so probably not going to do much for you. But there you go. Waste not, want not, right? We have luxury sharpishes. These are, again, for noblemen. The helmet, just a small conical helmet with a leather strap here. I'll mark it down here actually. The Bedouin's Captain. So again, you're not going to be starting with armor as bad as this or as low as this. This is really bottom of the barrel, sort of like bandit level gear, peasant level gear really. A nice yellow one with some Turkic script here. Red one with probably Arabic script. I'm gonna stop talking now. You don't need me to explain what's on screen. I just want to mention here that this is vanilla gear that is still in the mod, so that probably should not be featured here. I've also accidentally got a Roman arming cap here. One final Badar. Alright, that is every single item of armor, clothing in the mod for the Ayyubids and the Seljuks combined. I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like to see other equipment lists, let me know. It is quite a long video. It's already been about an hour and a half, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in this sort of thing, let me know and I will do others. Thank you, and goodbye.